Richard Southern joins us. The script says 680 News Business Center, but we know you're at your home office as you have been for many weeks.
Don't blow my cover, Janella. I'm at work.
Working hard, yes, of course.
Well, working hard or hardly working, one or the other, I don't know.
Well, Richard, after years of pressure, it looks like Canada Goose is ready to make a major change.
Big story today from the luxury, expensive jacket maker Canada Goose, Janella, says it's going to stop using fur in 2 years.
Wow.
There's a bit of a catch, though. It says it's going to stop purchasing new fur for those pricey jackets you're looking at. Instead, though, it says it's going to start using reclaimed fur for the coats. Now, animal rights groups, they've long taken aim at Canada Goose for its use of coyote fur, which they allege is obtained using cruel leg-hold traps. And some animal rights groups, they didn't see today's announcement as a victory, arguing that the company should do away with fur altogether. The people for the ethical treatment of animals said that real fur is always cruelly obtained, so they're not totally happy with it. We did see Canada Goose stock move higher. It is a major about face for the company, though, because they had long stood behind their use of fur, Janella.
So I just want to be clear, when we say reclaimed fur, is that like old articles of clothing that had fur on it already and they're just now repurposing it?
Correct. It's real fur that they have obtained. They're actually going to start a buyback program where you can sell your jacket back to them, and I guess they'll repurpose the fur. So they're still going to use it. They're just not going to obtain new fur from animals.
Right. For animals that have already been killed for some other item of clothing, they're just going to...
Correct. That's why the animal rights
give it a new life,
say,
but that's
this
not
is not
the
a total victory just yet.
Okay, so moving on. During the pandemic, many of us are ordering food online using delivery apps like Uber Eats and Skip the Dishes to help support our favorite restaurants. But that might not actually be helping as much as we think.
No, so for restaurants to operate right now, they can only do two things, right? They can do takeout or delivery. And when it comes to delivery, that usually means using one of those delivery apps that have become so popular. Your Uber Eats you see there, or your Skip the Dishes or what have you. The problem is, and not a lot of people realize this, these apps charge restaurants very high fees, often taking 25% from every order. You don't realize that when you're buying it, but they're taking 25%. And for restaurants, that can be devastating. A lot of restaurants already operate kind of a low margin business, and so this can really crimp their profits. In fact, we in the past couple of months have seen a class action lawsuit in the US with restaurants suing these apps saying, hey, this is an unfair charge. Now, there are people who say there's no other profitable way to do it. It's expensive to create your own delivery business. But still, Janella, a lot of restaurants in the GTA not happy with all the money they're forking over to these guys.
Right. So I guess they'd prefer if you come and pick it up, call it in and pick it up yourself than order in. But
yeah, I ordered Uber Eats from a restaurant the other day, and they sent a card with it saying, hey, call us directly next time and we'll have someone deliver it. So they're trying to promote their own delivery if they have it, Janella.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess they've got staff that aren't serving or doing other things, so they can repurpose those staff as deliver people.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, so we've seen the devastating impact of COVID-19 on the markets, and it looks like the real estate market, of course, hasn't been spared.
Toronto's housing market completely has fallen off a cliff here amid the outbreak. We heard today from the Toronto Regional Real Estate Board, and it says home sales in April are down 69% over last year. It's a big drop off. The board also says that new listings are down 63%, and it's only because of that, only because there are fewer homes for sale, that prices have remained relatively strong. The average selling price down only 1.5% over last year. It stands at $819,000. We've talked about this before. It's tough to go to an open house now, and so everyone's reluctant. You can't hire a mover. So the market's kind of ground to a halt, Janella.
But I mean, if you have been trying to get in, maybe this is your chance.
Could be. Certainly the rental prices are getting cheaper. All the Airbnb owners, they want to rent those apartments out now because Airbnb isn't operating.
Yeah. Okay, before we go quickly, let's take a look at gas prices.
Good news here. The average price of gas is set to drop 5 cents at midnight tonight, down to 76.9 a liter. Stay tuned, Janella. You and I are back just after 6:30. I got an interesting exclusive. Power usage has changed in Toronto amid the outbreak, and it really shows us all the things we're doing differently during the pandemic.
All right,
Tune back
we'll see you
just
next
after
hour.
6:30. Thanks.